As a member of the public and a Carmel taxpayer, I have to express my concern over the public post noted on Detective Nancy Zellers' social media page. We have to bring attention over the fact that many of these posts are highly offensive, contain profanities, inappropriate comments, racial slurs, and many of them to even promote violence and have threats. We have observed others that have explicit sexual content and display an attitude that is alarming when you consider that these posts are coming from a public servant. In regards to offensive, Detective Zellers seems to have some sort of sick fetish with bodily fluids, diarrhea, and in one specific post she makes reference to committing the crime of battery with bodily fluids. More specifically, using another living creature to discard or wipe away feces. There is nothing funny about these posts. We find them deeply offensive and are shocked that they would be made public. Detective Zellers has used a highly offensive racial slur in one of these posts. This is one particular word that should never be used, in a post, social setting, or in any setting for that matter. It concerns us that she could not show more restraint on her social media pages and didn't take into consideration how this may reflect upon her, both personally and professionally, or how it may reflect upon her department. Detective Zellers even uses offensive curse words and profanity in many of these posts. The words, bitch, fuck, shit, and the fact that she is pissed off are used many times in these public posts. These posts refer to people as assholes. Even one post says, I'm afraid I met my quota for apologies today, all I've got left are fuck you, and eat shit. Another post says, she posted I love you more today than yesterday. Yesterday you really pissed me off. Another post from Detective Zellers says, roses are red, violets are blue, I suck at poems, nice tits. And several of the posts Detective Zellers promotes violence and even threats. She posts, my mama taught me to never throw the first punch, but you can bet your sweet ass, I will throw the last one. Another reads, let's kick off spring by sitting in the dark theater watching teenagers murder each other. Considering the most recent acts of violence that occurred in public settings and movie theaters, there is nothing humorous about this post. Again, it reflects poorly on Detective Zellers and the department that she represents. Should we be concerned about the fact that Sergeant Zellers even posts that she deserves a medal for making it through the week without stabbing someone with a fork? Or the fact that we shouldn't judge her because she's quiet? No one plans a murder out loud. Or even the fact that she posts, roses are grey, violets are grey, feed me or I'll kill you? Detective Zellers even seems to have some sort of personal issue with individuals that are overweight. Several of the pictures that she have posted are that of obese women, and her personal feelings about how she feels that the attire they have chosen is inappropriate. One of the pictures is of an elderly woman and makes a comment about her attire. Note that this is probably someone's grandmother, mother, or family member. It is not appropriate for Detective Zellers to post or share these photos of someone as an attempt to mock or make fun of them. We find this highly offensive, and considering the fact that many of us have individuals in our own families who struggle with body issues, weight and self-esteem. If this is what these individuals choose to wear in a public place, and if this is what they feel good in, then it is not Detective Zellers' place to post or say that it is inappropriate or wrong. A public servant is someone who should not have a poor attitude or display it for others to see. In regards to additional inappropriate public posts, certain Zellers posts, I don't hold grudges. I remember facts. Sarcasm. I put that shit on everything. I'm not arguing, I'm explaining why I'm right. I'm afraid I met my quota for apologies today, all I got left are a fuck you and eat shit. Really, don't worry. I'll do everything while you just sit on your ass. Excuse me while I react irrationally. Then she goes on to post, some people should use a glue stick instead of chapstick. She even posts, I hate people that say he's a nice person once you get to know him. They might as well just say he's a dickhead, but you'll get used to it. Detective Zellers seems extremely angry in several of her posts, but there were a few that grabbed our attention more than others. Such as this, I don't exactly hate you, but if you were on fire and I had water, I would drink it. If I pissed you off already this year, I'm sorry. If I haven't, please take a number and be seated. I'll be with you shortly. Many of these posts we feel that Sergeant Zellers has directed towards specific individuals and has targeted even particular groups or classes of people. This includes the post where she uses a racial slur, more specifically, the N-word. And even the posts in reference to individuals who are overweight. This reflects very poorly for Sergeant Zellers and the Carmel Police Department. This type of attitude is extremely offensive and should not be on a public page. Is this truly how Detective Zellers feels about the people that she has been sworn to protect? Is this the attitude that she maintains about people in general? These are all things that we are deeply concerned about and feel that they are inappropriate to be displayed on a public page. And even though Detective Zellers didn't send these posts specifically, we still feel as if she was posting them for us to see. Detective Zellers communicated and transmitted these messages to us via a lot of electronic communication system. Perhaps the Carmel Police Department should investigate Detective Zellers in this page because we truly feel like she has harassed us with her inappropriate posts and forced them on a public audience to see. Even the subject who was merely expressing herself was the target of Detective Zellers' inappropriate posts. This was posted on her public Instagram page. A person has the right to express themselves, and simply because Detective Zellers doesn't necessarily agree with it, it is not her place to mock or make fun of these individuals. Her posts are sickening, disturbing and completely inappropriate. If she's going to post publicly, she needs to use proper discretion and take into consideration the feelings of others. She also needs to understand that what she posts in a public setting not only reflects on her, but her department as a whole. We are appalled, disgusted and disturbed with what this public servant has displayed for others to see. With what we have seen, we feel that Detective Zellers' true intentions with these posts was to harass and annoy others. Her intention was to obtain attention and to cause alarm to her audience with her disrespectful and tasteless posts. Rather than solving crimes and protecting their community, this is how the Carmel Police Department has spent their time. According to Detective Zellers, this is an example of team building. Is this what you expect from your public servants and how you would like to see for your tax dollars spent? Police corruption and cover-ups and the waste of taxpayers' dollars is not okay, and we encourage the public to speak out against it. This video once again is brought to you by the First Amendment and speaking out against government corruption.